Well, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Today is Saturday, October 12th, and it's 10 a.m. Eastern Time, and whatever time it is in your time zone. So that is perfect. And today we're gonna have a super good time. And with no much further delays, I want to pass the baton to, where are you? There she is. Cam. Yay.
Hello, hello. Good morning, everyone. How are you today? Fabulous? Good. I see thumbs up. I see one thumbs up. Everyone else is, there you go. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so let's have some delectable fun for a spell. Now, this one is interactive, so you need to be prepared to get involved. So we're going to start. I see Peggy's coming on. We're going to start and we're going to do an exercise. And you're going to imagine that you have a lemon in your hand. Now, this is a participation one. So where's your hand? Where's your lemon? Now, if you don't like lemons, too bad. Actually, you can pick a citrus fruit that you like: lemon, lime, grapefruit, orange. I'm going to say lemon. And if you absolutely need to pick another succulent fruit, go ahead, but let your unconscious mind know every time I say lemon, you go to that fruit that you prefer to have in your hand. I want to see your hands up. I want to see you holding that piece of fruit. Come on, people. Some of you are not on screen yet, but those of you I can see on screen, let's see your hand holding up. All right, so in your hand, Jimmy, where's your fruit? Hey, there you go. Visual aids. We have props today. So as you hold this fruit in your hand, I want you to bring it closer to your face. And as you bring it closer to your face, you remember the smell of this fruit. And then you can take it a little bit further away. And what I'd like you to do with the magic of NLP is imagine you have a knife in this hand, and very deftly and adeptly and safely just take a little slice and create a little wedge. And when you do that, you can put your knife away, pick that wedge up, and squeeze it just a little bit. And as you squeeze it, you could even feel some juice hit you on the nose, and you can smell it. And you can just about taste it. But now what I want you to do is go ahead and put that away from your face. Away from your face, right? And as you see that lemon and the wedge there, you notice maybe, you don't get that sensation as much. But now, as you think about it coming back to your face, you anticipate, just what it will be like when you bring it back close, 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 close to your face, right under your nose, and taste that in your mouth. Oh, that lemon in your hand, whatever fruit it is. How does that feel? How many of you are salivating right now? How many are salivating? That's amazing. And where is the fruit now? You can answer me.
You can come off mute. Where's your lemon? Show me your lemon.
Where is it?
Come off mute.
In your head.
It's in my hand. On my head. It's in my hand. It's here.
It's in your hand?
Who has it in their hand?
It's in your mind.
Oh.
It's
like
in
it
your
here.
mind. And that's the really cool thing about it. And think about the impact that had. something in your mind that was able to create a physiological change for you. That's astounding. That's magic. And what would you do if you were able to have your mind, the ability for your mind to control your body and do so easily? With situations like pain relief, stamina in sports, physical relaxation, like going through times of stress, or when you have health concerns. Times when you can actually change your physicality based on where your mind is. We've all heard the stories of, and they're not just stories, they're real events where, bless you, Peggy, where Dr. Pandler and Juan Antonio have helped people with vertigo and balance issues by having them create a level in their head, in their mind. That's pretty cool. And what this brings us to is one of the NLP presuppositions that the mind and body are linked systems. One thing we hear Dr. Bandler say all the time is if you change what you think, you change what you feel, and therefore what you are capable of doing, you and your clients. And this reminds me a bit. So I have a background as a massage therapist, and I studied massage therapy, and I got my license on the island of Maui. And what I specialized in massage was lomi lomi massage, which was the traditional Hawaiian massage. And it has a long history back, with the kahunas, and it was passed down through the generations. And it was a little quite different from traditional Swedish massage or sports therapy massage and whatnot. And we used a lot of the prompts from nature, as you might imagine, the waves and the sand, and there was just beautiful, beautiful rhythm to the massage. I used to say people are getting worked and they don't realize it because they're so relaxed and we're just moving, moving, moving. And as a part of the massage is a philosophy that people have come to know, but I was taught in an old traditional way, ho'oponopono. Now, ho'oponopono, like any good nominalization, really describes a process. We might also think of it more currently as conflict resolution, mediation, things like that. What's interesting about when we talk about language, Pono means to make things right, to balance, to take care. The ho'o in the ho'oponopono is what brings action to this process. That's the action part. So I know a lot of people do ho'oponopono and they might do a little chant at night or the beginning of the day. They express remorse, forgiveness, gratitude, love, which is great. That's fine. The ho'oponopono that I was taught was that you create balance. And the balance could be, say you had a situation with your neighbor and something happened to their property because one of your animals got on their property or whatever it might have been. As families, you make reparations. The reparations could be to the physical land, or it could be a simple I'm sorry. Whatever it is, there's an exchange there and there's a movement forward together. And it's all about creating balance. It's about focusing on the future so that you have balance. And that reminded me, as I was thinking about this, of my friend, my very dear friend. We were also roommates while we were in Hawaii, and she's a lovely person. And I was doing some work alongside my teacher, my Lomi Lomi teacher. And he was a really nice man as well. And he said in this session, we're going to fix you right up. And he said it in the nicest way. And I remember my friend, she's from Canada. She's Canada nice. Like she's a nice, gentle soul. And she just almost jumped off the table and she said, I don't need fixing. And I thought in my head, damn, girl, I didn't know you had it in you. And it also was a little revelatory for me because that was really, I'm old peeps. This was kind of before the self-help movement kind of was underway. And she stood up for herself. And she was otherwise a kind of quiet person who just sort of went along with things. And I thought that was fantastic. She already had the image of herself fully healthy. This was just another place on the road to reinforce that for her, which I thought was just the coolest thing. And she was working towards that. And just a funny little story with her. She spoke fluent French, and the one thing that really, really aggravated me, and I'm Italian, and she used to say pasta. Pasta. What the heck is pasta? It's basta. Pasta, basta. My family would say basta, ragot, right? Biscuit. I don't say it in normal speech because it sounds weird to people, but every time she said it, it grated me. So what I did is every time she said pasta, I would say croissant, croissant, croissant. So that got her, she didn't want to hear that anymore. Well, no. So that's a time when having her move away from something was a really good strategy. So she probably says pasta now when she's not with me, but at least we were able to install that. That was a good strategy to use. And the good news is she's gone on to do some wonderful things for herself and her life. And it's really testament to how I'm going back to her speaking up for herself on the massage table. Giving direction towards generative change really fuels what we are capable of doing. And another little thing that I remembered, and it actually wasn't so little because of a very poignant thing. So I had my own experience recently. Someone I've been friends with since really all my life. Well, I'll go back. I was having some pain around my gallbladder. That's kind of where it was in my body. And it was a quiet moment a little bit before I was kind of winding down the day, and I was having a quiet moment, and I just really tuned into myself, and I can anchor that state for myself and go inside. And I also, in that state, instruct my unconscious mind to do the speaking when I'm asking questions. And so I was just kind of tuning in saying, what is this about? Why? What's this? This has been hanging around for a while. What's it about? And I just got quiet. And I heard really clearly that I'd been hanging on to some resentment. And I went, okay. And then immediately after that, I got this flash, all in my mind, that it had to do with a friend, something with someone who's a very old friend of mine. And there was a situation that happened that I wasn't pleased with. I was a little salty about. And I was holding on to this resentment. And I'd been leaning into the resentment. Like every time I thought of her, I was leaning into that resentment, right? And I forgot about all the good stuff associated with her. I just wanted to be resentful about this one thing. So I heard the message loud and clear, and I said, in an instant, I want to move forward from this. I want to move forward from this. And in that moment, I forgave her. Now, I don't think it was bothering her. Who knows? Maybe it was. And I just decided to forgive her and release it. And honest to goodness, guys, this is the first time I've experienced something this immediate and this visceral. I could physically, literally feel the pain move out of my body. Like in Hawaii, we used to say chicken skin. It was one of those goosebump moments. It was very, very poignant. And it was a great lesson on the mind-body connection and whatever that means to you and your client, which is really cool. And here's the cool and kooky part of it. We hadn't texted in months and months and months at this point. Within 30 minutes, of when I did that, just a very quiet little simple exercise or thing that I did in my home. And it was, probably after 10, she texted me out of the blue. Something completely random. So, why do we want to learn about this mind-body connection? Because it's important to remember, and Jimmy will probably remind you of this when he does the demo in just a little bit. It's important to start with the desired state. And when we start with the desired state, we always want to put it in the positive because we want people to move towards what they want, their health, their desired state, whatever it might be. They want to be more calm. They want to be more productive, whatever it might be. I'm using the health here because that seems to be in line with all my stories. And instead of all the current state crap that has them sitting in your chair in the first place. So that's why we learn this, why it's very important with clients. And this is another little add-on I wanted to bring to you. We do things when clients are in trance, we have them smile, we have them think of amazing things, we have them imagine, where they want to be. And you can do these things for yourself, right? Giving yourself a daily dose of these amazing neurotransmitters that all of these words and actions and visualizations that we do help elicit in people. So think of DOSE. It's a great acronym for dopamine, oxytocin, serotonin, endorphins. Your daily dose. And it's really easy for yourself to give yourself a daily dose. There are many ways you can do it. Now, dopamine, you can get dopamine through timed exercise. You can think of those as mind exercises too, like doing a puzzle, learning new things, which is the foundation of neuroplasticity, what we do, sensory experiences like eating food. So I'm really good at the dopamine part. And then, thanks, Jimmy. I appreciate that chuckle. And then there's the oxytocin, which is known as the love or connection hormone, right? You can get that from being someone, even hugging yourself, hugging your pet, petting your pet. This is why doggy videos exist. I'm telling you, this is why they exist. I can have a crappy day and I'll just watch some dog videos and completely transforms my day. And since it's the love hormone, if you really want to show some love, actively, that's also good for a good dose of oxytocin. Listening to music, massage, gentle practices like yoga will also release oxytocin. And serotonin, smile. We say smile. We teach people to laugh at themselves. Even fake smiling and fake laughing, because your motor cortex is involved in serotonin production, helps to release serotonin. So let's see everyone smile, smile, smile. It's a beautiful Saturday. Smile. And selfless activities like volunteerism will release serotonin. Pleasurable ones like dancing, singing, cooking. Well, singing is pleasurable for me, maybe not you if you have to hear me, but so be it. And endorphins, you get big hits. You get endorphins, you get a triple hit. Endorphins, serotonin and dopamine also. A lot of these, by the way, overlap. So you can get a hit of all of them, together. So these are important. Body-mind connection. You just think of something or you do something and it elicits the neurotransmitters. We're linked. Everything's connected. So remember, whether for yourself or your clients, you move towards your desired state with anticipation. Towards something good. And I'll ask you, and I'll leave you with this. When is now a good time to ask, how much health do you have now? And with that, Jimmy is going to take over And I'm sure he has some lovely things to talk about, and he's going to demo the exercise for you. You're muted.
I'm very happy actually, because I finally found out after months of doing this how I could see everybody of you at the same time. It's amazing. Finally, I can watch you, can keep an eye on you. Most of you were lucky all the time because I was only looking at 4 people. So, what Ken was telling, it immediately makes me think about Norman Dutch. And oh, maybe Cam, you can put the 2 books in the chat because people are gonna ask me about it. Because brain health, healthy brain. So I remember a quote from Norman Dutch that he talks about that nothing speeds the brain's atrophy, so that it like shrinks your brain, it goes away, faster than being immobilized in the same environment. Because you don't learn anything new, you don't see anything new, everything is the same. And if you don't move your body, and because the mind, the body, the spirit, it's all connected, all linked, like Cam said, you will atrophy. And because it made me pop up, by the way, because Cam talked about dopamine. Because doing that, what was it? The monotony undermines our dopamine and attentional system that are crucial for for maintaining that brain plasticity. I have to translate it in my mind. All right, so the thing is that what I always like, because a few weeks ago we did the swish pattern. And the cool thing is, because to me, our ideas are more than just floating nothingness in the middle of nowhere. They do impact us. Because when we did the swish pattern, you see a lot of times people, when they have like the smaller image here, the bigger here, and this one comes straight in your face, people do this. They snap their head backwards. What means that our ideas, they impact us, right? Because our ideas are physical. Your ideas don't even float around without you. They are made chemically and physical. So therefore, it's not surprising that by altering your ideas, you can alter your physical body. So I think now about 5 weeks ago, I told this story before, but it's a very nice story for the exercise we are going to do. Bert, like my second father, he has cancer, so he gets a lot of chemo. So he came to me because the medicine and stuff didn't work. And he came to me, I know him for now like 23 years. And he came to me and was like, Jimmy, I feel depressed. And I was like, I never heard him say that. Like, he is always doing all kinds of stuff. He's very active. He's always working and he's doing all kinds of stuff. I was like, depressed? What the fuck, Bert? So I asked him some meta questions, and eventually, so how does that feel? How do you experience that depression? And he says, well, it feels like my body is like a balloon and it's all the way empty. It's like there's nothing in it anymore. So I thought, okay, I can work with that. So I put him into a deep, deep trance, and I make it so that he begins to fill up his balloon with oxygen. I always remember that one from Juan Antonio. And I filled it up with the color that represented health to him. So for him, it was dark green classic, or dark classic green. For him, that was like, that represents healthy. Because when he thought about that color, here, this is very funny, because he did the exercise. And it was like, Jimmy, I have a stone in my room. I just remember. So it's this one, and it's that dark green color. And he puts it now here in the living room so he can look at it. Then another thing, he has a lot of medicines and stuff over here. And every time he has to go and he gets like a new chemo in the hospital, he has to take a pill before he goes there to stop the nausea in the stomach so he doesn't start throwing up. And I worked with him. I did a session with him for the throwing up stuff, so he doesn't have that anymore. But the hospital, they said, no, 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 you have to take that pill before you come, because otherwise you would throw up after you get the chemo. And the moment he came to me, he's like, Jimmy, do you know what I noticed? For 3 weeks, I had nothing. No throwing up, nothing. I grab the pills, I take the pill, and I feel it coming. I was like, ooh, that's a nice one about anchors. Makes me think about a story that Dr. Bentler told, that the only way how you can keep your high blood pressure up is or by thinking about a lot of stupid shit that makes you stressed out, or that you get pills that are called high blood pressure pills. They are not called low, because it is to lower your blood pressure, but they call high blood pressure medicine. And I noticed that with a lot of those pills you get from the doctors, antidepressives, a lot of those weird names. But when I think about the party drugs, they have all good names like pep, speed, ecstasy. I'm like, this is interesting. So maybe I will start a business and start doing something with those names. I was just thinking about it. So what we are going to do, we can always do this, by the way, together. If you think about for yourself, when was a moment in your life where you felt the most healthiest? For me, like when I was long time ago, when I was 16, 17 years old. See Poliana laughing, long time ago. I was 16, 17 years old, and I was on vacation in Spain. And I felt like on top of the world. I had so much energy. I almost didn't sleep because the only thing I was doing was partying and playing soccer and doing all fun stuff. But I had so much energy. I felt so freaking healthy. What is one of those moments in your life? It can be like one day, but it can also be like years or months, can be a whole long lifespan. That for you, if you think back about it, like, oh man, I was healthy then. I felt really, really good. Because the moment you have that in your mind, and we all know that if we just close our eyes and we think about a memory or that moment where you felt super healthy, and you see what you were seeing then, now you hear what you were hearing then, now, that you really can feel it inside your body. And then the next question you want to ask, because in a moment you're all going to go in breakout rooms, is if you feel this feeling inside of you that you feel really, really healthy, you want to ask the person about the name, or let's say the label they give this feeling. Because different people will give it a different name. So I will call it strength, of course, but somebody else will give it probably a different name. So you want to know what the name is of that feeling that they are feeling, because we don't know what they are feeling. We have no idea. So we want to know the name. And if I say, for example, strength, you don't want to say in the trance that will come later, strength, because that's not the same. It's strength. So you want to repeat the same word, but also in the same intonation, because you will notice by people, when you use the same word and the same intonation, you will notice that people react to it. You will see it. You will get maybe even unconscious head nods, or you get that smile, okay, I got the good one. It's strength. So if you use that same word and the same intonation, it's very important. And then for our purposes for this exercise, you are going to ask about the color that represents this healthy feeling. So you feel super healthy, it's strength, and what is the color that represents this feeling? And if they then give you the color, we are going to do something very cool with it. We are not going to fill up the balloon as we did with Bert. We are going to do it a little bit differently. So is there somebody here who wants to do a quick demo? Who wants to feel more healthier? Who wants to feel more of that strength, but then your own word and your own color in your life? I see a lot of hands.
Hillary.
Poliana,
I
you
see
can
Hillary.
pick.
I see Hillary has her hand up. Okay.
Oh, good.
Let me pin you guys.
Ooh. There. Oh. Okay, perfect. All right. So I'm going to do it a little bit faster because of our time, because we want to give you a little bit more time to do this exercise together. So the first thing I'm going to ask you, Hillary, when I was asking about remember a time where you felt the most healthy inside of you, could you immediately think about one of those times in your life?
I think probably when I was in my 20s, which was quite a while ago.
Let me see that
And
one.
yeah, I was doing Aikido every day and doing modern dance and waitressing and going out dancing. Yeah, it was a great time of really good health.
Very good, very good. Okay, so just for a moment, close your eyes, Hillary, and go back to the moment you were just describing to me. It can be a specific moment, it can be that time span of maybe a few days or maybe even longer. But I want you to step inside it so you're associated. So for the rest, that people look out of their own eyes, so that you step completely inside the Hillary, about 20 years old. There you go. So that you see what you were seeing then, now. So that you begin to hear what you were hearing then, now. Until you really, honestly begin to feel that healthy feeling inside of you. And once you really feel it, let me know with a big smile. That's it. With teeth. It doesn't count if you. There you go. So, Hillary, let me ask you, what is the name you give this feeling?
Mm, boy, joy, just like,
Joy.
yeah, pure energy. I don't know, just it's effortless energy.
Effortless energy. Okay, you saw the head nods? Very good. Okay, so for now, what you're going to do, the rest of the group, you can open your eyes for a moment, Hillary, and just enjoy the feeling.
Mm.
So for the rest, what you're going to do, once you know this, you use the Betty Erickson induction. So it's you are seeing me in front of you, visual external, you hear my voice, auditorial external, you can feel the glasses on your head, kinesthetic external, and we slowly go a little bit more internal because you want to get the person into a trance. Once they are in a trance, we are going to do something very cool. Let me see if I can get the vision back so I see all of you again. Ah, there we go. So what we are going to do then, you are going to dissociate the person. So they float outside of themselves a little bit more, a little bit more. They turn around inside their mind and they see themselves sitting below them. But this moment, this time, a little bit differently. They are going to see themselves a little bit ghostly, a little bit transparent. And you're going to ask the person, because you have the color. So for example, green, let's go with that one. You're going to ask the person, is there also another color there inside of you than the color green? Because most of the times when people come to you and they have, for example, physical pain or they don't feel that healthy, when you put them in a trance, dissociate them, and they see themselves transparent, they will have a different color inside of them. And maybe it's black, maybe it's whatever. But you don't use the word pain, you just use the word different color. Right? Because if you say the word pain, the pain is going to be inside their minds. We want to use the word different color. And you're gonna let them breathe out the different color. And only when it's all the way outside of them, into the universe, send it into the sun or something, then you are going to breathe in the healthy color. So, Hillary. Oh, you're still perfect. There you are. All right. So, what we are going to do, what I want you to do, that feeling of you, the healthy feeling, what is the color that represents that feeling?
Mm. Looks like it's a very high, like almost transparent, like a spiritual color of, I don't know, color of joy. It's It's, I'll call it light blue.
Light blue. Okay, very good. And even, it's very interesting. Even if Hillary would say to me, no, it's just a color of joy, I don't care. It's also good for me. If it's a color of joy, I have no idea what she means by it. But if she says light blue, I also don't know. Because light blue can be like the blue behind me, right? It can be that blue or the blue in the painting over there. It can be all kinds of different kinds of blue. So we don't know exactly what they mean, but you use the same word and the same intonation. So then I will put her in a trance. So close your eyes, pretend you're in a trance, Hillary. I heard from Milton Erickson that we can pretend anything and master it. So I believe in you. And what I want you to do, Hillary, is to slowly begin to float outside of yourself, a little bit up, a little bit up, a little bit more, and then turn around inside your mind. So you see yourself sitting down below you. But this time you see yourself a little bit differently. You see yourself a little bit transparent, a little bit ghostly, if you will. And what I want you to begin to notice, if there is a different color inside of you than that light blue. And if there is a different color, I want you to let me know with a smile. Very good. And now I want you to see yourself over there, taking a deep breath in. And once you breathe it out, I want you to begin to breathe out that other color. And you see yourself every time taking a deeper breath in and breathing out that other color. So you begin to breathe it out outside of you and shoot it somewhere into the universe, because the universe knows what to do with that shit. And only when it's completely empty, all the way outside of your body there, that's the moment I want you to let me know with a smile. A big smile this time. With teeth. And then I want you to slowly, ever so gently, beginning to float back a little bit closer, but not yet all the way inside you, because I want you to see yourself breathing in and begin to breathe in that light blue color, that healthy color, and let it slowly begin light blue inside your head, going in your throat to your shoulders, your chest, and let it go all the way through your body. Just keep breathing and breathing until you fill up your whole body with that light blue color, the healthy color. And only when your whole body is completely full with the light blue color, that's the moment that you float slowly back inside you. And this time, I want you to float all the way back inside yourself. So you fit perfectly in yourself. So you feel perfectly at home at your own planet. And you can begin to feel how it feels differently with this light blue color all inside you, all around you, spinning through and through, making sure it's in every chakra that's inside of you. She likes that. That's the stuff. Because begin to feel how it feels differently in your body, how you breathe differently. And then you let her bathe in this good feeling, because your unconscious has done such an amazing job. So what I want you to begin to do now is to begin to sink inside your mind into a bathtub full of this light blue feeling. Beginning to bathe your neurology in this healthy feeling. And while Hillary is enjoying this, I'm going to talk to the rest. So once they are fully in the light blue, in her case, light blue feeling, the healthy feeling is all the way inside the body, everywhere. And take your time, put it in the fingertips, in the toes, in the nose, in the eyes, in the organs, in every cell, in every neuron. Just go crazy because you have like 20 minutes of peace. So that's got to be cool. Take your time, fill it all the way up, and listen also to, it's all presuppositions, right? And only when your whole body is filled up with that healthy feeling, then I want you to float back inside you. And notice how it feels differently this time, how you breathe differently. They're all presuppositions that she's gonna feel something differently. Right, Hillary? Very good. And make sure that you put them into a trance. It's only gonna make it easier to do this. All right, Poliana, can you please make the rooms ready?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Uh,
then, when she is completely back, you let her enjoy it if you have time, because I want you to time your 20 minutes. Let her bathe into this good feeling, enjoy it. And only when your time is up, get them out. Not sooner, just let them enjoy it. Why not? Just throw, if you have time, just throw it in and double it and triple it, quadruple it. You know, do something cool. Be creative.
Excellent. Very good.
All
So,
right. Enjoy.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
well, welcome back, everyone. I hope you guys had a good time. Was it good? Yes? Yes? Good, good, good. Any questions? Now it's time for questions, if you have any. Or it's all clear and we don't have much time. It's only 2 minutes. Yeah?
Yeah, Peggy, I know I'm off screen, but I'd like to ask a question that Peggy and I were talking about. I think Peggy did a great job. We had some problems with my camera going off and she disappeared for a while for her internet. So despite all that, I think we did a really good session. My point is, it would be really great if somehow in the notes in the that you put down, if you put those steps down again, because we were a little bit, it went very fast, as we said, as we know, and I'd have to look back on that. But like, so you get in, you float up, you do this, you say your colors first. What do you do? So the steps would be really good to get that down. So, like I put things on a screen because it's easier for me to do that. And then I had her float her colors from the screen from where she was, blah, blah, blah. She did a little bit differently. Both worked, but we both at the end talked about, what are the steps again? What were the exact steps we're supposed to do?
And what I love about what you're saying, Karen, is it worked, which is great because at the end of the day, it's all about you putting your own flair and your own style on it. And
Right.
you can choose to do it like what we've mentioned here, like like Juan uses dragon breath, sometimes to remove the color. Like, I mean, you can use a griffon breath, or you can use it, I don't know, maybe you don't have to do a breath at all, like, is that's the point. Like, you can, like, once you understand the steps and what we're doing there, then you can start using your own imagination. And the good thing is, this is going to be recorded. It's recorded. You can watch it again and watch it again, and that will be great. And I think we're top of the hour. And I have a question. Oh, you were kicked? Who kicked you, Lawrence?
Oh,
What?
hold on.
Oh,
So what happened? What happened was I saw the breakout rooms were ending. It had a minute left, and I only had like 2 seconds, and then I was back in this other room. So I didn't get to help her kind of come out gently. But we both had, I hope, a great experience. I know I did when I was the receiver, but I would have liked to bring her out slowly. And it was very clear, watching her that she was in a good place. But just that jolt sometimes, when things end quickly is a little tough. So I just wanted to apologize to her for that. That's it. I'll
that
go
was
back
a
on mute now.
with Babel. Babel seems really happy and actually full of health. I can see her. Yes.
Yeah.
And yes,
Good.
I'm happy that she didn't kick you, Lawrence, because I saw that message. Well, I was kicked or something. Wait, what? Who kicked you? You were supposed to be giving health to each other. Okay, great. So
I think we did.
We're top of the hour. I know, Roselle, go ahead. It's not top of the hour. It's the noonish, 11:30. Roselle, you have a question?
Hi,
Yeah.
we ended, we had to end, and I'd like to check in with Lynn and make sure she's okay.
Oh.
Could you raise your hand, Lynn? We can't hear you. Wait, I don't see her now.
Actually, I think she tried to unmute and hung up.
Okay, well, I'm
But
gonna,
she
well,
was-
she can hang up. She's okay.
That's great. So, oh,
Okay.
she's there. She's there. She's there. Oh, she turned
No,
off. her-
I'm fine. I sent you a direct message. That was exquisite. It's the
Okay.
first time I felt good in 10 days. My body felt like it betrayed me with this poison oak stuff, but it feels
Oh,
much better.
great.
I am
And you're
so
going to
happy.
keep getting better.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes.
Awesome. Thank you guys for being so caring and checking on each other. And yes, we need to be very mindful of the time, and and that's part also of the training. Good. And so I want you to think also, where else do you see yourself using this technique, what we have learned? Just think about it. Where else do you see yourself using this? And maybe one person can come off mute and tell me, the brave one. Liz. And then Lawrence.
Well, for anyone who has any kind of physical complaint, that would be the first most obvious. I think it's a great thing to do on yourself whenever you find yourself complaining about anything. I mean, those are the two things that come to mind right now.
Perfect. Lawrence?
Well, I've mentioned before that I've been working with this woman who had a stroke, and I use a lot of what we do to help her get over her hurdles. One of the things that I got out of Dr. Bandler's talk with us a couple of weeks back was every time he talked about shifting how he focused on NLP to grow it and to kind of mature it and get to that next place, he spoke about it in the first person. He performs it and thinks about it on himself and in his world, and then he figures out a way to spread it. That taught me an enormous amount about what we do here. So anyway, I'm going to see this woman again today for this therapy that I do with her. It's like an IV vitamins and minerals and oxygen to get oxygen to her brain to help it to heal. And I just love. Oops, sorry. I just love using what we do here with her. It's so I don't have time in other aspects of my work, but with her I always have time. And as a family therapist in her career when she was younger, she gets this stuff even though she hasn't done it. So she's really receptive, and I don't know, she's just a sponge. So it's fun. So thanks.
Very good. Excellent. Thank you, guys. Well, with that thought, we're going to finish the call, and I'll see you all on Wednesday, and have a good rest of the weekend. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this call. If you haven't already taken advantage of your free clarity call to see how we can help you accelerate your journey to becoming a licensed practitioner of NLP, click on the link in the description of the membership area and book your call. We look forward to speaking with you. See you soon.